Hooligans, what's good? We're getting down to 0 hours, the last weekend before the official start of Bonnaroo. Things is getting hot and heavy. So I figured I'd make my little yearly video on my do's and don'ts for 2023. Let me get past this car right here. I'm on my way to work. This guy's just looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, bro, you was doing like 35. You got to get out the way. Some of us got places we got to go. But anyway, so I guess I'll try to start this off with a little story time that kind of rolls into my first do of 2023. So last year, it was probably about 11:30 at night. We're walking through Bonnaroo. You have to forgive me, I sound crazy. I'm a little congested. But we're walking through Bonnaroo, and it's in one of the venues where like there's no one around, there's no music going on. And I see this guy that's just like laid out in the middle of the field. He's got his arms out, his legs is shaped like the letter P. I mean, this guy's out. So, and something in my head just told me, man, I'm like, man, I need to like check on this guy. So there's a few people around, like I got my two people that I'm with, and then there's another guy that's over beside us, and we're all kind of just going through this area. And I said, man, that guy don't look good. Everybody's like, oh no, man, he's fine. He's just resting, man. He's just asleep. And we come with maybe about, I guess, within 7 feet of him. And I could tell, my fault. This guy really is not moving. So I'm like, no, man. I'm like, I think it's something else, man. He really don't look good. No, man, he's fine. He's fine. Like I said, my instincts is like, man, no. So I go back over to him, and he's laid out. So at first I'm like, okay, maybe this guy's just trolling me or whatever. So I'm like, I'm standing like, right beside him, but I'm like, hey, man, you all right? No response. So I'm like, hey, my man. I say, you good, man? You all right? Nothing. So I'm like, okay. You can tell my voice kind of booms. So I'm like, okay. And obviously, if this guy ain't trolling, because he'd be like, motherfucker, get out of my face with all that loud shit. So, so I kind of touch his shoulder, and the guy is like clammy. I'm like, oh, God. So I'm like, I start shaking him. I'm like, hey, my man, you okay? You all right? By this time, people was like, okay, maybe there's something to what he was saying. So I shake this guy. I mean, I'm shaking him. I'm a big dude, so I'm kind of, I'm shaking this guy. He's not moving, man. And maybe about after 20 seconds, I hear he's calling. I'm like, hey, my man. I said, hey, man, you all right? Like, hey, wake up. So I get, and he opens his eyes, and he's like, and I'm like, bruh. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so it's like, hey, man, I said, are you okay? I'm like, you know where you are? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I said, hey, man, where are you at? And he said, Florida. I'm like, no, bro, you was nowhere near Florida. Like, you may have left from Florida, but you was not there anymore. This guy's out of it. So by then, people was like, oh, shit, like, this guy's out of it. So we had to, what I'm saying, we flagged down somebody that had a radio. They tried to flag down somebody that had a card and all this shit. So by the time that I initially made contact with this guy, to the time that medical came, it was like probably 20 to 25 minutes. And the first guy that came up, like, he was, like, what I'm saying, he didn't have on any identifying insignia, but he was obviously a cop, because he comes up, he's like, hey, man, hey, what'd you take? He's like, where'd you get it from? Then he turns to us, he's like, are y'all with him? I'm like, no, man. I'm like, we just walking, we see the guy out here, he needs some help. Like, I mean, I feel you're doing your job, but like, right now, get this man some medical. The 3rd degree about what the fuck he took is irrelevant right now. But anyway, all of that to say, my number one definitely is pay attention to your instincts, man. If you see somebody that, doesn't look great or like looks like they're out of it, hey, man, a little, just, hey, are you okay? Like, you need anything? You need some water? You know what I'm saying? Just, because the most important thing of the whole thing, everybody's here to have a good time, regardless of what the fuck you do or take or whatever. The main goal is so you can go home with a story to tell, not in a fucking bag. So that would definitely be my number one. Now, for number two, I know they got the whole little deal going on with the, you can link your card up to your wristband so that you can go cashless and all this and whatever. I wouldn't even fuck with that. I mean, to me, the easiest, I just use your mobile wallet on your phone. I mean, it's a lot quicker. You don't have to worry about switching the shit up between, linking up the band and then the shit's slow to withdraw or whatever and all this other shit. I mean, so I just personally roll with the phone in my past experiences. The next thing I would definitely say is follow the advice of the Wu-Tang Clan. If you're ever unsure of what to do, just do what Wu-Tang would do. So, Cream, cash rules everything around me, regardless of how much my cashless festival they say this is, which is true. At Bonnaroo, like everything in there is completely cashless. A lot of the plaza vendors are cashless. Yeah, so you can do mobile payments if you're just completely opposed to cash. But I always keep cash with me because, especially when you're at, going to the plazas, beside your campsite, a lot of those people will take cash, and you can save you a couple bucks because, you go. It's everywhere now. This tipping culture is getting out of control. And I'm all for having service workers. I worked in service I know it's a shitty fucking job. But, you go and you get a bottle of water. How much would you like to tip, sir? It's like, okay, my guy, you just handed me a thing. I respect the hustle, but come on, man. We the same boat. You can't bleed the turnips. So... But and a lot of the smaller vendors too, prefer to actually have cash that way. Like I said, you can save you a couple bucks because with everything cashless, they'll just charge a fee or throw taxes on top of it. You got some cash, hey, here's something's $10, here's $10. You know what I'm saying? Good deal. So. I'm just thinking off of the top of my head, I never spitball these things. I have these ideas of ooh, I want to talk about that or I want to talk about that. And then I completely forget everything that I was thinking about as soon as I turn on a fucking camera. It's ridiculous. So, let me pause for a second, collect my thoughts, and we'll jump back in. Okay, another quick thought that just popped in my head is make sure that you have some type of jumper cables, or preferably one of those little jump boxes that'll jump start your car from Amazon or something. You get, if you look around, you get one between 40, 60 bucks. But because there is a high chance that you'll end up with a dead battery at some point, I would say at least run your car every day at least. But every 10, 12 hours, let it run 10, 15 minutes. Just make sure you keep your battery charged, especially if you're using your car to power, to charge your phones or to run stuff at your campsite. Definitely make sure you're starting your car every couple hours. Keep the amps up in your battery because there's a good chance that you'll get out there and a lot of people won't have jumper cables, or it'll be a fucking hassle to find someone with them to get to them, to get to your vehicle, to get it all started, all that type of shit. Oh, my throat. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I would definitely say if you're going in with a large group of people, don't be afraid to split up because once you get out there, there's usually somebody that's just gonna okay, I just want to see exactly what I want to see and that's it. And that's cool, but if you do that, you're gonna miss half the fucking festival. The best part of the shit is really going to the unexpected performances of people you probably never even heard of. You might discover something really new or cool that you've never seen or heard before. Especially for myself, because I'm getting fucking old. There's too much music out here. I can't keep up with all the shit. So I'll just wander around Bonnaroo and just check out fucking everything. If I hear something that catches my ear, I'll go check this out. I discovered a lot of cool bands that way, a lot of fucking nice acts. So that's something I would definitely say do. Make you a hierarchy of, okay, here's the shit that I can't miss. Here's the shit I want to see. Here's whatever. Make it the priority to see absolutely what you fucking can't miss. And go from there, because there's no way that you'll ever be able to see everything you're trying to fucking go to. It's impossible. You'd have to be up 24/7. You can't do it. Me personally, I do like to take last year I took an entire fucking 24 case of fucking Red Lines. They're like little energy drinks. You can find them at gas stations. They're about $3.50 a bottle. Those fuckers are strong. So if you get them, drink half of it. It tells you on the bottle, always drink half of this son of a bitch. But drink half of it, give yourself an hour or so, and then if you want to go for the next half, go for it. I have a partner at my job, and he was like, we was working like 7 to 3:30, and we got to lunchtime at like 11 o'clock. And he's like, I'm so sleepy. He's like, man, I wish I had a Red Bull or something. I said, I got a Red Line. I'm like, I can give you one of those. He's like, all right. I said, but it's only drink half of it. This is about 11:15, so I give it to him. He drinks half of it. It gets about 11:45. He's like, I don't know if this did anything. And he downs the other half. I was like, dude, I'm like, you should not have done that. He's like, oh, no, man. He said, I think I'll be okay. About 12:15, this man comes up to me shaking like Pookie from New Jack City. He's like, bruh, he's like, that was too much. He said, I don't think I should have done that. I'm like, you definitely shouldn't have did that shit. Anyway, we was working on this damn pallet that was supposed to take us like 4 hours to complete. We finished that bitch in like 2 hours and 5 minutes. I mean, this man was just twitching uncontrollably. It was pretty fucking hilarious. I would definitely say make sure that you stay up to date. Like, definitely have the Bonnaroo app on your phone and subscribe to their Twitter feed, so that way you can usually find a lot of like secret shit that's going on. There's so much my bad, y'all. There's so much shit going on in all these fucking plazas. It's impossible to keep up with. But at least that way, maybe you can have a leg up, and then also get in the streets, listen to what people are, the fields, listen to what people saying, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can find some secret stuff that way. Damn, my throat is fucked up. Anything that you like, make sure you get your damn cigarettes, all that shit, anything that you're gonna particularly need. Convenience store items, make sure you come in with a full tank of gas. Depending on where you're coming from, if you can stop around Murfreesboro, and that's on 840, that's about 30 miles outside of Bonnaroo. You should be able to get everything that you need there as far as gas, booze, liquor, cigarettes, the food, that type of shit. They got Sam's Club, they got a pretty big Walmart. I would travel with as least amount of stuff as I have to until I actually got here. When you're coming up, going down 840, make sure that you don't put any markings on your car. Like, don't write on your windows. Make sure that all your camping stuff or anything you got in your car, try to keep it as low as possible so that's not covering any of the windows, because the police presence will be high on the fucking interstate going there. And if you got out-of-state tags, they're more than likely gonna pull you over just for the fuck up. So watch out for that. Thinking, I got nothing. All right, hold on. I'm gonna collect some thoughts and we'll go back. Just a inside little I work for a company here that's known for its southern cooking. When you get so there are, which is actually the first time ever, they're going to have a booth at Bonnaroo that's going to be at Plaza 5, where they're going to be giving out food pretty much Thursday through Sunday. But they got like these breakfast tacos and this type of deal or whatever. So if you're in the neighborhood, or if you want to stroll over to Plaza 5, you can hit it up. I volunteered to actually work at the little booth on Sunday from 7 to 2. So if you happen to see this video and ain't got shit to do between 7 and 2 on Sunday, drop by and say hello. You'll be able to find me pretty easily. You damn sure will once you hear me talk. So it'd be nice to actually meet some people. All right, y'all, I'm scatterbrained as fuck. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure this wasn't a very interesting video, but if I can think of anything else between now and the end of the weekend, I might throw up a part 2. But if you happen to see this, you got any questions, or you just want to make a comment or whatever, let's have a little discussion in the comments. I'm not a YouTuber, so I'm not going to tell you to like and subscribe, but all right, y'all, peace. Happy